Nah. Yeah, kind of works. So, hey, multitasking. Yes, enjoying breakfast. B, hunger washing up. C, wearing a t-shirt from Turkey, which I bought from an authentic fake vendor in Turkey that does authentic fake t-shirts. Irony, somewhere there, I'm not quite sure where. Oh yeah, now I'm aware why it's so ironic. Thinking back to obviously when in the middle of pandemic 1, or lockdown 1 in the UK, we were waiting on a t-shirt seller to ship us 100,000 gowns for use in the National Health Service, which when it then arrived, they then deemed wasn't up to standard. Now, on a daily basis, I use a plastic apron. How bad were these aprons, these gowns, from this t-shirt supplier in Turkey compared to wearing a plastic apron, which is basically a bin liner? That's what scares me with regards to this current right-wing thinking Tory Brexit government, which as of 2 days ago have announced that the 19th of July, the Freedom Day, is going to go ahead and all COVID restrictions are going to be stripped out. So that's a case of all words. I'll say legal guidance, rules laid out by Parliament, okay, are going to be stripped out. They're going to go for personal responsibility. Now, personal responsibility works fine when my actions affect just me. Unfortunately, if I caught COVID and then passed it on to someone else, my actions are not limited to just my responsibility. It's now affected someone else. To draw a parallel, in the entire time I've been working as an optician over the last year since pandemic, when full PPE, face masks, I've not had a cough or a cold. I can guarantee you in that same time frame a year prior, I would have had at least one cough and one cold over that year period at least. So it begs the question, where would I have picked it up from and who would I have given it to? And thus why I foresee myself for the persistent future in my professional career, I'll be wearing some kind of face shield no matter what, okay? Now, when I then go out in public, I'm going to go with the general modus operandi, but if I trust you, that you have not been anywhere that's going to be with COVID, and you trust me that I've not been anywhere with COVID, we'll be mask free. If I don't trust you, I'm wearing a mask. That sounds mean to me, I know, but the mask is not to protect me, it's to protect them, everyone else. And just like how they would be wearing the mask to protect me. But that's me being a little bit on a high horse here. I've written to my MP. I gave a massive long speech. Case numbers are going up. Delta variant, or was now being referred to by Labour as the Johnson variant, is 70% more transmittable than the original Alpha Kent variant, which that itself was 70% more transmittable than the OG version from Wuhan. 2 months ago, Boris Johnson was complaining that there's a third wave running through Europe, and he was worried it's going to wash up on our shores, but vaccines will protect us. That wave running through Europe was the Alpha variant, Kent. We're running the Delta variant, the Johnson variant, because we did not lock down our flights for the entire timeline, okay? But specifically, whilst Bangladesh and Pakistan had stupidly high COVID numbers and India was a place of concern, India stayed off the red list. There are 20,000 people that came into the country from India, bringing with it the Delta variant, this Indian variant, or as we shall properly call it, the Johnson variant. It's because of him not locking down, case numbers are going up. And at the moment, it's currently predicted we're going to be having 100,000 new cases soon. That's just mind blowing. If you then actually go and listen to what he said in Parliament the other day, that 1/30 of those will then die. I mean, Jesus, man, that's just going to surpass your entire threshold you've done thus far. So I think it's safe to say that Johnson doesn't do numbers. The very fact that our cases are going up and we still have some COVID restrictions in play, that's scary. And we're about to take away a whole heap load more in 10 days' time. This is just mind-bogglingly stupid, but it's also what I've come to expect from this extreme Tory Brexit government. I know for years when I was working as an optician, well I still am working as an optician, I'd ask people, what kind of work do you do? Or are you working these days? You know, it helps build up a case for me to figure out what I need to do to help them. Okay, it's a bit Jerry Maguire about, you know, help me to help you. Okay, past a certain age, I would not be expecting people to be working. They should be retired, in my opinion. But I've now worked into my spiel, are you working these days? Because I do not trust that they have been financially looked after over the years by Parliament, by government, by this Tory Brexit Parliament government. And it's going to get worse. It's currently set that obviously they're looking to raise the pension retirement age to 70 plus. It's currently 66, 67. It's going to be going up to 70. By the time I get there, it'll be 75, I'm almost certain of it there. In parts of the UK, the male life expectancy is less than 70 years old. So, hence, they're expecting people to work until they're dead without any kind of chance of retirement. And that scares me. But what can you expect from this extreme Tory Brexit government? Or this extreme right Tory Parliament government that's pushed for one of the hardest of Brexits, short of having a no-deal Brexit. And at the moment we are no-deal Brexit all but in name, given that we have a loose trade agreement regarding things being imported into the EU and the single market, hence the recent issues with regards to this whole sausage war, because as a third country, Great Britain, Scotland, Wales, England cannot export chilled meats to the EU single market, which includes Northern Ireland. And I know on numerous occasions Boris Johnson has complained of the injustice of not being able to move things from Bangor, Wales to Bangor, Northern Ireland of a chilled meat variety. Here is a sausage I made in Bangor, I'm going to send it to my brother in Bangor, Northern Ireland. No, you can't do that. That's against the EU trade rules that Boris Johnson signed up to. Boris Johnson, and David Davis and Lord Frost, or as one person following on the internet says, Lord Gormless, they negotiated the Northern Ireland Protocol, which is a fancy way of saying Brexit's a stupid idea. EU is going to protect their single market. To do this, we're going to trust the UK, as we're going to trust Great Britain to do these checks. And under the current Johnson Protocol, they're not doing these checks, and thus they're in breach of contract. And yet you'll hear every ounce of rhetoric from any kind of right-wing nutjob within Parliament or on social media saying how the Northern Ireland Protocol is unworkable. Johnson and Frost negotiated this. They chose these terms. And now they're complaining about it. They chose them. Theresa May had a fantastically better idea, the backstop. Unfortunately, she couldn't get it through Parliament, and that pretty much killed her career as the Prime Minister. Forgive me, I've gone a little off tangent here. I was meant to be talking about AMC. AMC's currently down to like $45. If you have £100 spare, and you can see this video, there's a link in the description, click it, buy AMC. It is criminally low for what it's worth at the moment. The stock in itself has been horribly shorted. That means that Wall Street has betted that the stock is going to go down. And there are over 4.2 million retail investors, myself included, that have bet that it's going to go up. We're winning. It's currently stupidly low for the price of what it should be. And I'm buying the dip. Hashtag buy the dip, hashtag buy AMC. But forgive me, I was meant to be talking about AMC, and I went off tangent with regards to the whole Johnson variant COVID shenanigans here. I'm Duggan. Ciao.